they are recruiting. I don't know if you saw this, the latest news. They're recruiting unvaxxed hunters, hunting down people who are unvaccinated, who do not comply. They're going to charge them $8,000, and if you don't comply and pay those fines, you're going to get a 12-year jail sentence. Let them try that on Dr. Black, or on General, or on Blue, or on Richard, or on, I'm not there, so I can't get you. I would love to donate to you, Dr. Black, because what you guys are doing, you're the last line of fucking defense. You are the men, you are the mighty Spartans that we need to overthrow these bastards for trying to destroy and kill our children and the entire human race. So I'm with you in spirit, and when I find a way to because I'm cut through here, man. I mean, I've been on the front lines. I've got spies after me. I'm involved in assassination attempts. I tell you, but I'm on the ground, and I can actually warn you guys to what's coming, because the only reason why the Biden stormtroopers, and they're trying left, right, and center with their traitorous governors like Lori Lightfoot, and it's not a black thing and a white thing anymore, guys. This is a human thing, you know what I mean? But they're trying left.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. I understand. It's a lot of that shit is fear-mongering. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of our people, we're not in that state. We want to be in a state of, you know what I'm saying, we're going to beat this shit. We already won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know money, but it's easier said than done when you're living in a communist country, and I'm sharing with you exactly what the fuck is about to happen. So
No. We understand. We see the telegrams. We see a whole bunch of shit going on around the world, and we're looking like the last hope. So you know, at the end of the day, our people, we know what the fuck is up.
Yes, exactly.
So where are you in Vietnam?
I'm in Hanoi.
And I don't mean to cut you short or nothing. I'm just, that fear-mongering shit, our peoples ain't with that. We gonna kill. We gonna do what we gotta do when it come to this shit. Ain't nobody at them motherfuckers.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'll stand right next to you and to the death to defend the innocent and the meek. You got the guns. That's why. Thank God you got the guns. That's all I'm saying.
But to be honest, at this point, Mitchell, the things that you're talking about concern me. And I don't know if you know how it sounds, but what are you really doing over there?
I'm exposing the Chinese Communist Party's forced live organ harvesting and child trafficking rings. So I hunt criminals. We hunt child traffickers. We bring it, So I'm on the front lines here. Let me tell you.
So what specifically have you done in the last maybe 30 days?
Well, I don't want to say too much on this app, because this is. We bring to justice what we need to bring in terms of the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, the mafia, the Chinese mafia, trying to harvest alive innocent people. We try to rescue people, and etc. But I don't want to go too much into it on this app.
What specific 3 things would you advise Americans to do right now?
Defend to the last. What General and Dr. Black was saying, they mean business. I don't mess around with nonsense. Like I said.
Did you hear my question?
Yes, I did. Arm yourselves. Second Amendment. Arm yourselves, my lady. Because I tell you right now, they're coming for your children, and they want to kill you. Did you hear what I said? They want to kill you. They want to destroy your dreams. They want to.
How you speaking and listen to my question. And that's what Money's talking about with the fear-mongering. At the end of the day, like Dr. Black and Ward is talking about, we need to have constructive and specific actionable things to do. But it's a lot of big things coming out of you, and it's alarming. I'll just be frank. So that's why I ask you the very specific question to say what constructively can Americans do, and then we can pivot.
Oh, very easy. Because you have the Second Amendment. You can form communities. You can create your own broadcasting situation like Alex Jones has in the Resistance, like Stu Peters. You can connect with one another. But you are very lucky. Let me tell you, you are extremely lucky, and count your lucky stars, because you have the Second Amendment. Unlike guys like me or my wife, or people in Vietnam who are renderless, helpless, or in Austria or in Australia. So it seems like.
Are y'all hiding out?
Not yet. But we're preparing to do something, because right here. What I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to fearmonger. Okay, I don't. You obviously haven't lived in a communist country, so you don't know. You live in America. What I'm saying to you, and this is the bottom line, you have the Second Amendment. That is it. That's all you need, and you have it. You have every American citizen has the legal right to defend themselves. I'm an American citizen. I came to Vietnam to expose evil, and that's where I am. And I'm saying to you, I'm giving you my perspective. I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm risking my life right now being on this app because at any time the fucking CCP red guard can march in my goddamn roof. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not here to fearmonger. I take that as an insult. I know no disrespect to you. I take that as a goddamn insult. I'm risking my life to tell you what's going on in a communist country.
It's the way you're out.
Because I am afraid. I'm afraid what's going to happen here. I'm afraid what's happening to my wife. I'm afraid what's happening to the children. And you goddamn lucky you got the Second Amendment. So arm yourselves. And listen to what I say to you. Listen to what...
Shit on us,
you
Hey, so look, let me jump in here real quick. Just let me add a couple of things. So, if you get a chance, check out my Freedom series. I just interviewed international experts charging China with the organ harvesting of the Falun Gong and the Muslim minority in China. And my next installment is the rise of digital prisons and artificial intelligence. But the first three, you should check out. What we're seeing with him is the trauma that he's endured, and I think we're going to see that.
I agree with you, sis. I totally agree.
Yeah, we're seeing the trauma. He's traumatized, and so that's PTSD, and it's not even post. He's going through it right now, and so that's what's up. And he's really not just Mitchell, but if you've been in these Australia COVID rooms, our Australian brothers and sisters are literally crying out just like that. Please, America, help us. And they're warning us that this is what's trying to come here. And I've heard it from several different sources. David Martin, who's a patent attorney that followed the bioweapons research and has been warning Congress that the virus and the vaccine are bioweapons. I hope to interview him next. Worked for the Department of Defense. Several, people are saying the exact same things. The only thing standing between us and Australia right now are our Second Amendment rights. And I think that's why he kept focusing on that. Because we're armed, and there's so many guns.
But he's right. Sorry to cut you off, sis. He's absolutely right. This is why the United States, especially certain states, have not been taken down like New York because the Second Amendment. And I'm here in California. So people are just waiting for it to go down because we do believe in our Second Amendment. And that is what's holding us together here right now in the United States. And a lot of people don't really fucking realize that and take it for granted, the liberties the little that we do have left. So I totally get what he's saying. A lot of people probably think he went off the deep end right now, but I feel his pain and passion, and it's his passion and the fear for us because we have more freedoms than he has. And I totally get it. A lot of people in this room don't get him, but I totally understand where he's coming from and how the output that he's putting into our minds and keep saying the Second Amendment. I get what he's saying because my husband tell me all the time, it's because we have the Second Amendment is why we need to stand our ground.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember,
listening to it's the same shit all the time. It's like a recorder, and that's what pisses me off about it. I understand he might be going through what he's going through, but that shit sounds like a recorder, like all the time. Like, and it's fearmongering amongst our people. That, like you can't do that.
And here's the thing: unless it's a direct threat right in front of you, this is the time we need to be very clear-minded. It's not to knock what the gentleman was saying. It's to say, when you start talking to people like that in those elevated tones and all of that, it agitates people. And I don't think people really understand the impact of that on your psyche. We can't just be sitting up here listening to people sounding upset all the time and you're supposed to be thinking clearly. That's not wise, y'all.
No, I get what you're saying, but it's the individual. If you let it get to you, you fucking weak to begin, goddamn with. So he didn't get to me because I understand where he's coming from. I got a fucking redneck husband over here. I get what the fuck he's saying. He ready to go all out fucking war. He ready to fucking strap up like fucking Rambo. So I get what he's saying. All that old fear mongering shit don't fucking bother me. It really don't. It's the weak that it bothers. Be ready.
But on the flip side, I think that our reliance upon what we think are going to be our gun rights is why we are still paused right now.
Exactly, Tia. Our fucking gun right. What I tell you the other fucking day?
Let me just make this point really quick because I think that's why people are still stuck in a state of suspended animation and haven't put their foot down because people are waiting for it to come to their doorstep and saying, well, if they try to come to my doorstep, I'm going to get about it. But they're already doing all this shit and nobody is doing anything. And by the time it gets to your doorstep where you will have to rely on your Second Amendment rights, quote unquote, I mean, they've already done a whole lot of damage, and we're all just still sitting around like we're in La La Land. And I think that's because people are just like, well, I got my gun, so as long as it doesn't come to my doorstep, but they're already attacking us. If you're taking action once somebody gets to your doorstep, it's probably too late for you. Yeah. What do we do before then? And that's why I'm saying we have to be sober-minded right now. And that what that gentleman is adding to the space is not contributing to people being sober-minded. I'm not saying he's wrong for saying it. I'm saying y'all don't hear the way that he's talking? It's exactly. And it made me go home for a minute because I'm like, okay, I was keeping what he was saying, but then now it's like, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe he's saying we don't got no time.
And I'm also listening to how he's using names. See, we need to understand what psychological tactics are. When somebody wants to engender and make a relationship with you, they're going to use your name. There's certain things that he was saying is bothering me. We need to start listening more closely to people because we'll need to be able to figure out who's genuine and who's out.
So when you get a chance, check out that I interviewed who wrote the Anti-Biological Weapons Act. And he kept emphasizing, this is a white man in his 70s, he kept emphasizing that even though this is an assault on humanity, it's a transhuman agenda led by largely atheists that go all the way back to Henry Kissinger. He kept saying they're coming for people of color and the resources of Africa and other places. So I agree that by the time they get to our door, we should be organized, and the house should be empty. And so I'm standing by for what's coming at 10:35 from Wartime Minds.
LA, Chicago, and New York, the strictest with the gun laws.
LA was until the Supreme Court struck down their ban on high-capacity magazines. But I'm going to be honest, are we acting real slow or what? What does that got to do with you getting what you need to get? I can tell you right now, you can go to Kentucky and get something at a flea market and nobody does any checking.
It wasn't about getting the gun. It was about the way that they roll the plans out in those specific spaces because they technically not supposed to have a gun, legally.
My mistake. You can have a gun in your house. In California, you just can't bring a handgun outside your house, and you can't have a loaded gun in your car. You have to have a long arm, and the bullets have to be in the glove compartment, which is so ridiculous because, okay, if somebody's carjacking me, I'm supposed to hold on. Let me get my bullets out of my glove compartment and load up my rifle here. It's like, how does that work? But yeah, we have really crazy laws, but fortunately, the Supreme Court has changed a lot of that now. Even though our governor now is trying to use the Texas abortion law to make the same argument to start giving people the private right to sue gun owners and gun manufacturers and things so he can get around the Second Amendment and get guns off, quote unquote, off the streets. This is what his stated goal is now.